Today's video, we are going to be going into the myths surrounding virtual assistant. If you've ever looked at hiring staff remotely, I'm sure you've probably heard of many people telling you things that are probably still stuck in your head. That's probably the reason that you haven't decided to pursue it further. So I'm going to go into them. I'm going to talk about them in a little bit of detail, and hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to know the difference between myth and fact. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, guys, my name is Ehsan Ahmed. This video is brought to you in association with Right Recruit. Right Recruit is a business that's founded upon virtual assistants and showing and providing their value to small and scaling businesses, predominantly across the UK and the US. It's worked wonders for my business, and hopefully can do the same for yours. So the first thing that I'm going to go into in today's video is people often associate virtual assistants as bringing a negative connotation to the business because they're not in the office and they're based predominantly abroad. As an employer, a lot of employers feel that they don't have any control over that particular employee. They don't have control over their working hours. They've got no control over them in terms of the work that they're producing, etc., etc. My answer to this, my rebuttal to this, because this is a valid point. It's a very, very valid point, and it's a huge reason for not going down the remote route. But my rebuttal to this is very simple. In the same issues that you could potentially face with remote staff are in fact more prominent with staff that are in office. Yes, if they're in office, you're able to maybe spot things a little bit quicker in terms of issues and problems that may arise. However, they have to be in office. So they're going to have to travel in, they're going to have to be on time, and when they're off sick, they're off sick. So what I've found is that with remote staff, but the rate of actually turning up to work is incredibly high in comparison to in-office staff. Like, I can count on my hand the number of times I've had staff members call sick days, which is huge for business attrition, and not just that, but just for continuity and flow. So that for sure is not a huge thing to worry about in terms of people turning up and working. Obviously, it's quite easy to find out people who are serious, people who are committed and dedicated to their growth from working from home, and very, very quickly you can tell the signs of people who are just there to waste time and who are trying to take advantage of you. But more importantly, that's on you as an employer to have certain systems in place, certain checklists in place, certain softwares in place that can assist you, and you are being led by the software, not necessarily by the person, which leaves very, very little room for maneuverability. The next point I'm going to touch on is language. So again, a lot of UK employers that I speak to are, are scared of the language and the cultural barriers, may I add. So the language and cultural barriers is obviously something that is a concern, especially if you're based in the UK, you've had office staff all your life, or you're dealing with it's a customer facing role. The last thing you want to do is have somebody on the phone or to your clients or to your customers with broken English. That's again a very, very valid point. And again, going straight to the point with this, staff from abroad, especially virtual assistants, the ones that we hire predominantly, do come from a degree background. They come from a degree background, and the level of English proficiency is typically a 7 to 8 out of 10, which is really good, which means that they can hold a conversation in English fluently. They can write emails to a good standard. Obviously, ChatGPT, there's certain tools that can be incorporated to make that perfect. And on top of that, the liaison is generally to a good high standard. So it's not poor at all. So yeah, I mean, these two issues are very, very easily rebutted. And it's something that as an employer, if it's stopping you from scaling your business and cutting your costs, I can assure you, you can easily, move past them. The last one that I get often is, sharing personal details. And again, this is something that I personally, have veered away from. I would not sort of expose myself to that. And I would urge you as an employer to do the same, not expose yourself to, exposing financial details. If you do want sort of bookkeeping done, there are softwares that you can add them on, or on a very basic level, you could just basically give bank statements, sort of remove all details from that prior to giving it. So very simple fixes, and these are all cures that can allow you to go ahead and scale your business with virtual assistants. Guys, I hope that was valuable. Please feel free to go into the description. You're going to see links to our Instagram page. You're going to see links to our website. Go and have a look and go and see the packages that we offer. We are bringing top quality virtual assistants at very low prices. And more importantly, we want to ensure that the businesses that we service are getting value in return for what they're paying. And what they're paying predominantly is going to be around 60% cheaper than what they're paying for in-office staff. So if that's something that you can work with, get in touch. See you in the next one, guys.